Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Richmond Hills Committee of Adjustment this evening. We will start with our land acknowledgement. We are gathering on lands that have been home to First Nations people from time immemorial. We acknowledge, but what we now call Richmond Hill is on the treaty lands and the territory of the Mississaugas of Credit First Nation and the Mississauga and Chippewa Nations of the Williams Treaty. We also recognize that we are on part of the traditional territories of the Haudenosaunee and Huron-Wendat. We would also like to acknowledge all First Nation Inuit and Métis people all across North America, also known as Turtle Island, who now reside in the city of Richmond Hill. We are committed to rebuilding constructive and cooperative relationships with them all. We can now start with the usual preamble.
In the event of an emergency, please exit this room. Outside of the double doors are two stairwell exits. The one on the right exits to the south side of the building, and the one on the far side of the elevator exits to the main lobby. Do not use the elevators or return to the building until directed. We ask all committee members, city staff, and members of the audience to please silence your cell phones. The Committee of Adjustment for the City of Richmond Hill has been appointed by Council to consider applications for minor variance and consent within the jurisdiction of the Planning Act. The chair will call the applicant to the podium to present their application and will allow members of the public to comment. When members of the public approach the podium, please do so one person at a time. Please note the public deputation form beside the podium. Please clearly write your name and email address and indicate on the form if you wish to be added to the notification list for the application you are speaking for. State your full name and address to the committee before speaking. When speaking, please address all comments through the chair. Once the committee makes a decision on an application, no further discussion is allowed inside council chambers. No one other than the applicant, the municipality, certain public bodies, and the minister will be allowed to appeal municipal decisions to the tribunal within 20 days of the making of the decision. All appeals and associated fees must be filed directly with the Secretary Treasurer in accordance with the Planning Act. Thank you.
Thank you. Our Secretary Treasurer, who just read the preamble, is Ms. Courtney Cullum. Assisting her is Ms. Lisa Patera, and we have Sarah Mauder from the Planning Department this evening. We understand there is a deferral today.
Through you, Mr. Chair, we have one request for deferral from the applicant, 9860 Bayview Avenue, application number A070/23.
Okay, that's the last one on the agenda anyways, I believe, yes.
Correct.
Okay, and do we have any conflicts of interest with our members this evening? Seeing none, we will proceed with our first application, which is item number A in the agenda, application number CN2509, 113 Spruce Avenue. Would the applicant please present that application? Is the applicant here? Calling on application number CN2509, 113. Yes, come state your name and present your application. Would you like to? To the podium, please. Yeah.
My name is Frank Fong. I'm from Fronthub Engineering Limited, representative my client. For this adjustment for COA, we require 5 feet west and the east side to change 4 feet. So this requires also one lot separate 2 lot. This. Thank you.
So I do understand that your severance application is also accompanied by 2 other variance applications related to the same property.
Yeah.
We'll hear all of them together.
Yeah.
So you just talked about the severance. Did you want to speak about the variances as well?
You mean the separation?
Yeah, the application number, item number B and C. I should have mentioned that earlier.
I think
We're going to listen to all 3 of them together. They all are on the same site. The first application is for severance, and the other 2 are.
another one is CBLA-24/0010. Thank you.
Okay, you don't want to say anything about them. That's fine. Are you done? Okay, thank you. That's fine. Does anyone in the audience wish to address? There are three applications, all located at 113 Spruce Avenue. The first application is for severance and the other two are for variances. Seeing none, any comments from the planning department?
Through you, Mr. Chair, no further comments.
Okay, do our members have any comments on those applications? Yes, Ms. Payne?
Need to. Sorry, I've had a lot thrown at me today.
Oh, sorry, okay. Take your time, that's fine. We'll wait.
I was kind of thinking we'd do these one at a time, so. Why I'm trying to sort of combine. Through you, Mr. Chair, to the planning staff, is there a plan in place for the mature tree in the front yard?
Through you, Mr. Chair, that would be reviewed through the permit application, and they would have to comply with any measures that they've agreed to with the city's park department.
Kind of impacts if you want to do a severance and build another building on that area, if there's a long-standing mature tree in the way, I'd like to know that there's a plan. Or at least it's been discussed. Perhaps through you, Mr. Chair, I could ask the applicant, what are you intending to do with the mature tree in the front yard? How are you going to protect it?
You can come to the podium, sir. You can come back to the podium. Yeah. Sir, would you please come to the podium? Yeah, thank you. And speak into the microphone so we can all hear you.
So most we ask the arborist to do them report for the tree, how to protect, then we follow up. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The question was asked whether you were planning to preserve that tree or not. You don't know that, do you?
I will discuss with the owner. At this moment, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Ms. Payne, that's the best we can get from the applicant at this point.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Looking through three different places.
Okay.
I make notes
That's fine.
on the little. Ruffle.
Take your time.
Through you, Mr. Chair, to the planning staff. Regarding item B, there is no explanation of why this minor variance is being requested. Should there be mention of, in the report, of what is going to happen to the existing house? Is it going to be demolished? And should that not be part of the planning report?
Through you, Mr. Chair, with respect to the existing house, my understanding is it would be demolished to facilitate the proposal. Whether that should be in the report, I can bring that back to staff's attention.
So the attached plans do show two new dwellings, which assumes that it'll be demolished. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions? No. Oh, we would request a motion in that case. And this motion will be for all three applications related to 113 Spruce Avenue. Yes, Mr. Gossi, go ahead.
Through you, Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve item A on today's agenda, consent application CN 25-09 at 113 Spruce Avenue. Item B on today's docket, minor variance application MV 25-31 at 113 A Spruce Avenue. And item C, minor variance application MV 2532 at 113 Spruce Avenue, subject to terms and conditions in each of the respective staff reports.
Moved by Mr. Gossi, seconded by Mr. Diretzi. All in favor? 4 in favor, against? 1 against. It's approved. We're going to move on to agenda item D, which is application number MB 25-07, located at 38 Garden Avenue. Yes, go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. As you mentioned, I'm here for the minor variance, only one variance for 38 Garden Avenue, where the bylaw requires a minimum front yard setback of 9.14 meters, and the proposed setback is 6.22 meters. As a matter of fact, the proposed setback is 9.22 meters, which meets the bylaw. However, due to a 3 meters road widening at the front, that setback has been reduced. So in order to actually stay consistent with the neighborhood, with the front yard setbacks of the neighboring properties, we are requesting this variance, and also for other reasons that I will mention. Just to give you a reference, the front yard setback of the neighboring property at 34 Garden is 9.59, and we are requesting, like our actual setback is 9.22. So they are pretty consistent. And as you know, this property is regulated under TRCA. The rear of the property, a large portion of it actually is on the floodplain. So we did not have the option of pushing the building any further back to comply with the new setback as a result of the road widening. And also on one side, we have an easement, which is for the city to be able to access the river in the back. So we could not go on that side as well. So moving to the front and also staying consistent with the neighbor was our only option. I have reached out to the neighbors, dropped off letters just to make sure they are all aware of this variance in case they had any questions. And I also wanted to clarify one thing. On the staff report, it says that the proposed the existing dwelling will be replaced with a new 2-story single detached dwelling. As a matter of fact, it is a 2.5 because we are building inside the attic too. And the floor plans were submitted to city as part of this application. I believe that's it. I would be happy to answer any
fine.
questions.
Thank you for pointing that out. So perhaps the report can be corrected to reflect the 2.5 stories instead of 2 stories. We'll see if there's any questions. Okay, does anyone in the audience wish to address this application located at 38 Garden Avenue? Seeing none. Any comments from the planning department?
Through you, Mr. Chair, no further comments.
You don't think the 2.5 is going to trigger a variance or anything? I think they should have looked at it. The plans were submitted, correct? The way they were. Okay, no concerns. Any comments from our members? Mr. Diretzi, go ahead.
And just through the chair, a quick question to the applicant. Have you paid the 660 TRCA fee yet, for the record?
Through you, Mr. Chair, no, we haven't yet. And that's why they have added it as a condition prior to coming to committee, because we initiated that conversation with TRCA just to make sure that the proposal we are bringing to the committee is acceptable. We actually got the permit for TRCA. So the permit was granted first, we paid the permit fee, but the review fee we haven't paid yet.
Okay, thank you.
No question.
Any other comments? If none, I would request a motion. Yes, Mr. Diretzi.
Through the chair, I would like to make a motion that minor variance application number MV-25-07 located at 38 Garden Avenue, just item D on the agenda, be approved, subject to the terms and conditions in the city staff report.
Moved by Mr. Duretzi, seconded by Ms. Kalbas. Oh, that's fine, thanks. All in favor? It's unanimous, it carries. Thank you so much. It's
Thank
approved.
you.
I would like to, yeah, as Member Gossi pointed out, the staff report will be amended to change the, yeah, okay. So that's part of the motion. Thank you. We're going to move on to item E, located at 46 Sunnywood Crescent, which would be application number, I think, probably this. Sorry? Okay, for this 46 Sunnywood?
46 then.
Okay, we'll bring that up. Application number MB 2516. Is the applicant here for application number MB 2516? Oh, there you go.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, members of the committee, city staff, and the public. Mr. Chair, Jim Kotsopoulos, 27 Field Flower Crescent, Richmond Hill. I'm here on behalf of the applicant. Mr. Chair, before you, you have three variances. Lot coverage, very minor for building height, and a porch encroachment. Mr. Chair, in this case, I would like to concentrate on the lot coverage issue. As this committee is aware, the lot coverage provision directly impacts whether a certain development is overdevelopment or not on the property, and that controls the massing. In this case, Mr. Chair, you would have to evaluate the request for a lot coverage increase in relation with the remainder of the development standards being proposed. And in these circumstances, Mr. Chair, you've got both side yard setbacks either meet or exceed the bylaw requirements. You have the front yard setback that either meets or exceeds, and you have the rear yard setback, Mr. Chair, that meets and exceeds. So the combination of those, Mr. Chair, will ensure that there is no overdevelopment as a result of this requested lot coverage increase. Mr. Chair, the application before you also, as you can see, I think does a very admirable job in protecting and maintaining the established building line relative to the existing dwelling to the north and to the south. And then finally, Mr. Chair, there was obviously a detailed arborist report that was submitted, reviewed by city staff. And you can see, Mr. Chair, there were no comments received or any objections from the city's Parks and Natural Heritage Division in terms of addressing the tree protection matters. Mr. Chair, those are my comments at this time, and I'll be glad to answer any questions. Thank you.
Does anyone in the audience wish to address this application located at 46 Sunnywood Crescent? Anyone in the audience wish to speak to this application? Seeing none. Does the planning department have any comments?
Through you, Mr. Chair, no further comments.
Okay, any comments from our committee members on, there was a missing sign, I think you reported.
Yes.
Would you like to?
On my inspection, the sign was not visible from the street. It was there, but just sort of lying on the ground, and people couldn't see it.
So that should be noted to your client. And any other comments from anyone in the members here? In which case, I would request a motion. All right, you're on the hook for this. Ms. Kalbas.
Well, if the sign wasn't visible, Ms. Payne, I would suggest a deferral until the next meeting so that the public could have an opportunity to be notified of the application. So my motion would be to defer application number E on today's agenda. That's MV-25-16 at 46 Sunnywood Crescent until the next meeting with no charge to the applicant.
Moved by Ms. Kalbas, seconded by Mr. Duretzi. All in favor? Approved unanimously to be deferred to the next meeting. but there is a condition that the sign has to be fixed ASAP. Next is agenda item F, located at 175 Altamira Road. Application number MV 25-25. Sir.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. Cameron O'Neill from 2LS Design. I'm the applicant for the minor variance application representing the homeowners. As we can see, we have 4 variance applications for GFA building height, side yard setback on the second floor, and minimum front yard setback. We've gone through the report, the conditions, everything seems pretty straightforward, but I'm happy to answer any questions should there be anything I need to clarify.
Thank you so much. Does anyone in the audience wish to address this application located at 175 Altamira Road? That's application MV 25-25, seeing none. Any further comments from the planning department?
Through you, Mr. Chair, no further comments.
Any comments from our members? Yes, Ms. Payne, yes.
Through you to the planning staff. Minor variance number 3, the minimum side yard setback to the top of the second story, east and west. In other applications, I've seen this presented as 2 minor variations, one for the east, one for the west. I don't know whether the proposed minor variance is for each side or whether it's the total of both sides or what it's actually referring to.
Through
It's
you,
unclear to the reader.
sorry, through you, Mr. Chair. It's for both sides.
But it's not the aggregate. Like, I think we just want to clarify that it's 3 meters on either side is the bylaw requirement and 1.53 will be for each side. It's not like a total of them.
Through you, Mr. Chair, that's correct.
I just want to, yeah. Okay,
The way it's stated in this report, who's to know that? And people shouldn't have to ask this question. It should be clear that it's,
so we recommend that each side be separated going forward in the report. As it has been in past, I think, yeah. Okay, yeah. That having been clarified, if we have no other comments, I would request, yes, Mr. Gossi.
Through you, Mr. Chair, would the representative please tell me why do you need an extra 2 meters roughly on the height of the building? What special designs do you have inside that is calling for that?
Sure. Through you, Mr. Chair, to address the committee member's question, the genesis of, I guess, the building height variance is determined by the established grade, which is the crown of the road. Because the high point of the lot is at the back of the house, we have to artificially raise the finished floor, which then artificially raises the rest of the house. So if, for instance, the high point of the grade or the lot was at the front of the house, conceivably that variance would be not as great. So there's no special requirements or special design considerations which we've applied to the design to ask for that. It's more of a subject of using the crown of the road as the building height established grade.
Thank you.
Okay, I will just note that the application, we just heard the one before this, the bylaw requirement was 10 meters. It's just, we're not very consistent with our bylaws either. However, any other, yes, go ahead. Yes, Ms. Payne. On each side. It's 1.53 on east and 1.53 on west. I believe there's a drawing. It's really hard to read, but they're shown on the plan, which have to be rotated next time. I'm just, and made a bit larger for us. Thank you. If we have no further yes, Mr. Duretzi, please go ahead.
Through the chair, given that we're speaking about maximum height, just curious, is this a pitched roof or is it a flat roof?
For you, Mr. Chair, it's a combination of pitched and flat. So the perimeter is a 16-12 pitch, and to try to be modest with the building height, we have a flat roof on top of it. Flat roof, again, being a 4% slope to drain everything to the eaves troughs.
So are we measuring to the midpoint of the roof?
We're measuring to the peak of the roof,
To the
which is the top of the roof, yes.
Okay, got you. Thanks.
No problem.
Even better. Any other questions? Otherwise, I would request a motion. Okay, just we'll wait. Yeah.
Through you, Mr. Chair, to the planning staff. The majority of the homes in this area are single story or 1.5 story in what I saw on my site inspection. And so for this to go to a 3-story height, I question how this can be considered compatible with an established, mature neighborhood.
Before you answer, I think it's a 2-story house, not a 3-story house that they're proposing.
Okay, it's a 2-story
Yeah.
house that looks like a 3-story house.
Okay.
If I'm looking at it from the street,
No.
it's looking like a 3-story house, and that's going to tower over everything that's on the street. And
Go ahead, yes. Ms.
Through-
Miller.
Sorry, through you, Mr. Chair. With respect to compatibility, it's regarded in many different ways, whether a new structure can fit harmoniously within an existing community, not necessarily having to be the same design or height as the neighboring property. So it's looked at through a larger context in terms of how it's compatible.
Thank you.
Okay. I see you're still looking at your notes, so we'll wait.
Appreciate that. Okay.
I would request a motion. Ms. Kalbas.
Thank you. Through you, Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve application F on today's agenda, number MV-25-25 at 175 Altamira Road, subject to the terms and conditions in the city staff report.
Moved by Ms. Kalbas, seconded by Mr. Gossi. All in favor? 4 in favor, 1 against.
Thank you very much.
Approved. Our next application is item G in the agenda, which is application number MV-25-33 located at 6 Sanderson Crescent. I believe we have 1 letter of opposition on this application.
Through you, Mr.
That's-
Chair, that's correct, from a resident on Sanderson
Thank
Crescent.
you.
We need one which I got a presentation. Oh, I got this.
Just go ahead, please.
Oh, should I have the presentation up first?
We can't
Could I have the presentation put on the
Oh,
screen?
okay, fine. We'll
Thank
wait.
you.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
It's coming.
Sorry. 6 cents. So the first 2 page will be the, just a rendering of our proposed house. My name is Rick Leung, and I'm the agent for the owner, representing the owner. And then if I could have page A 1.7 up. And then, okay, we are asking for front yard setback of 4.2 meter and a side yard setback of 0.2 and a 4.2 meter encroachment. We are on, the property is actually located on the concave, converse side of Sanderson Street. So the two neighboring property is on the sideway when we measure the Asterisk grade. So that our building is actually kind of in between a curve. So when we start to design the house, we pushed the house to the minimum setback as required by zoning 6.12, which is 20 feet. And building, actually, zoning department comes back when we apply for a building permit, and they told us that we should use the established line between the two houses, which is, because from zoning, which seems to be my language, because it says, where one or two vacant lots remain between existing building, and then the minimum frontage of for the front yard should be an established of the two building in between. So that is where you can see that on my drawings that I draw on the two houses, neighboring houses, and our request for front yard setback is actually measured to the corner, to the lower right corner, and then it actually descend. So to work on the left-hand side, we are within the actual established grade line. Established building line. And also same to the front yard encroachment of the stairs. If I measure it from the front yard setback of 20 feet, I am totally, completely okay with it and within the zoning. And also regarding to the rear yard side yard setback, which is at the up top portion of the walkout stairs. No, I mean not the walkout stairs, that's for the deck stairs on the upper right-hand side. And if you could go down to the next page, which is 8.18, then you can see that, because we are on a pie shape, which is very a challenge for us to design the building with a garage in front of it. But even if I actually put everything within the, that's another reason behind it, why we push the building toward the front. You can see that number 21 Maven is right against our rear property line. And the house located at number 21 is about 4 meters from that property line. If I would have to build everything as upright, which is the red area, the red square there, and then our rear wall would be roughly 15 meters away from that house. Okay, so and also as you can see that we are at a curve, so that I kind of turned the house to work this way to save one of the tree located on the right hand corner, which is an existing tree right beside the existing driveway. And to the next page, which is A1.9 again. Oh, why? Okay, this is a map showing the house and the relationship between within the neighborhood. And A1.10 would be the page that shows the current build type around the area. And on the lower left corner, which is a picture I took from the street, as you can see that there's an arrow there on the map. And then that shows how close the two house will be from 21 Maven to 6 Sanderson. That's showing the rear of it. If I would build it to the as of right of that red angle, our building would be right next to the pine tree in the middle. And also, we have no problem with height. We are not asking for any lot coverage, and everything's supposed to be within the bylaw. And yeah, that's about it. And if you have any, I'll be
Thank
happy
you.
to answer any question.
Does anyone in the audience wish to address this application? We do have a letter of opposition. Yes.
This doesn't work.
Yes.
Does it work? Oh, okay.
It's
I'll
working,
leave that
Pat.
then.
Everything's
That's fine.
working, yeah.
Thank you. Oh,
Lisa, we have Patricia's name. Okay.
perfect. Thank you. Good evening. My name is Pat Pollock, and I live at 67 Drummond Crescent. I am representing a number of people in our area against this proposal. I have a copy of the signposting and rules, instructions right here. It states the public notice sign must be erected on the subject lands fronting onto the public road or place to which the general public has clear access. The sign must be clearly visible and legible from the street. Further, it is the owner or applicant's responsibility to ensure the sign remains posted on the subject lands in accordance with the requirements of the Planning Act, as stated above. The sign as posted, however, is not on the subject lands. You can see on your screen that it is on the municipal lands. Ontario regulations state that for planning applications like variances or severances, the subject property boundaries must reflect only the land legally owned by the applicant. The municipal allowance is not included in the subject property of lands. The sign, as posted, does not have clear access. In fact, you'd have to stand on the street to read the sign, jeopardizing your own safety. I don't think that constitutes clear access. Therefore, the sign was never erected as required. Quite simply, the rules were not followed. This application should be postponed until such time that the sign be properly placed for the required amount of time. Thank you for your consideration in this matter. I do have a delegation, but I would prefer to have this dealt with, please.
Thank you. Do we have other members? Yes, sir.
Thank you, Chairman. I may or may not be able to come if this is deferred, so I'd prefer to speak now as a neighbor who lives directly across the street from this property. Our neighborhood's been fighting these sort of mega houses that have been taking away perfectly good family housing stock and putting in these monstrosities. They're ugly to the eye. They're an offense to the neighbors. They build animosity between neighbors. And to allow one to be any bigger than the permits and the bylaws already allow feels to me a real problem. If we want to change the bylaws, please go ahead and do so, and then all the houses can comply. But to have us have to come out for each and every monster house that wants to be built and have to protest against it is an unfair disadvantage to place against people of the neighborhood. We've been coming out in force for the 8 or 9 monstrosities that have been built, each one detracting from the neighborhood, each one built just for profit, not for a family. We're a family that's been there a long time. This is a character neighborhood. These houses are out of character, and they're an offense to the eyes. So I hope that you'll take that into consideration when you make your decision. Thank you.
Appreciate your comments. Thank you. Do we have someone else from the audience to address this application on number 6 Sanderson Crescent? I would like the applicant to respond to the two concerns raised. Thank you. Before we,
Should I respond to the sign? Because I was originally put the sign on the other side of the tree protection fence and, oh, my bad.
I
Okay.
can't hear you.
Okay, so I put that sign on perpendicular to the street at first. And then I was told by COA departments or someone, Lisa, or someone asked me to put the sign back to facing the street. So I was there 2 times to put the sign on. So I have no idea it should be within such area. All that I thought was to put it on the location that the public could note, that could take a look at, and then they could see it. And I also submitted the picture to the COA, and which was approved. So that might be my
but
bad.
apparently
I should think of to put it maybe within where the sidewalk is, rather than.
that was the point,
Yes,
because
true.
if you have to stand on the road to look at the sign,
Yes,
it's not safe.
I didn't
That's
think
not
of
your
that.
property.
Yep, I didn't think of that because that was a rush for me to go back there on the second time because I live downtown.
Now, earlier we
So-
deferred an application for that reason.
Uh-huh.
Earlier, we deferred an application for that reason. We might want to do the same thing today. But I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
Depends on how the voting goes and the motions get. But you would have to relocate the sign on the sidewalk, on your side of the sidewalk,
Okay.
okay, as soon as you go back.
Okay, with the same
The
side?
signage issue. The other one was the complaint about the size of the house.
Okay, the size of the house, we are not asking for any variance regarding to the story, regarding the lot coverage or any FSI.
So you're not
FSI.
asking for coverage, area, or height?
No, all that we're asking for is a setback from the front and a minor setback from the side and the encroachment, which is really due to the pine shape of the lot.
Okay.
Okay.
Point taken.
Thank you.
Do we have any comments from the planning department?
Through you, Mr. Chair, no further comments.
Okay, any comments from our members? Oh, yes, Ms. Payne, please go ahead.
I appreciate the comments from the neighbors and the people who came out this evening. Through you, Mr. Chair, to the applicant, I'd like to know, on your application, what was the stated reason as to why you want to rotate this building and block the view of the house next door? And yes, if you could, I believe it's part of your application, you're required to say why you want to do this and what the justification is.
Am I blocking the neighbor of number 10?
Sir,
Okay, my
Thank
understanding.
you.
Am I blocking number 10? Is that what you mean? I just want to make sure if I got the.
Three,
Mhm.
the neighbor to the right, if you're rotating the house, will have blockage.
That's number 10.
Number 10, right? Because of the current existing driveway, there's a tree there. There's a tree at the, if I could have the presentation.
A
Wow.
tree is not a great big house.
No. When I'm,
Then it's a tree there.
so when we. Yes, that is protected right now.
The tree that is protected with the.
Yeah, that's the tree that will,
The tree you're talking?
yes.
Well, I'm talking about the other side of the property. Because when you turn this
Huh?
house, I don't know how to explain this. You've rotated the house, so there's a whole sort of wedge sticking out and blocking the view of the neighbor to the right,
Yes, so that's number
which is
10,
number 10.
which is number 10, and there's a tree at that driveway. That's where that sign is. Remember the sign in the picture? That's where I put the sign. So I try to avoid like removing that tree and injure that, because at the time when, if I have to propose to remove that drive, I mean, I'll propose a new driveway there, and that tree has to be gone. Remember the sign that the picture that the
Yes.
lady was showing? That's the
Yeah.
tree protection fence for that tree, which is number 10.
That tree-
I don't see how that
Go
makes
ahead.
any sense. Sorry, if you put if you put the house on the line between the houses where it should be, the tree is not at risk.
Well, it is. Because even though we have a tree, we have an approved permit from tree department, which states that this tree may die even if I remove the existing driveway. Because we already applied for tree permits.
Perhaps I'm not describing it correctly. Is there someone else on the committee who understands what I'm getting at and can?
Do you want him to rotate the house parallel to number 10? Is that what?
Well, so if instead of having the house turned like this, he was obeying the line that's there's no risk to that tree or the other tree. And it's just a question of how big do you really need this house to be? Like, the house that's there fits in the space.
If I turn this in a pie-shaped angle, then I can't fit the garage and the length of the building in there. And as I said, if I go by the 20-foot front yard setback, then I'm still within there.
Well, it's an existing, stable, mature neighborhood. And I think,
Well,
I think I would be very upset if I was the house at number 10 with the prospect of a wall going up in front of my house.
I kind of do my assignment. I do my homework well before I design the house. So I went there, and then that's the last page of my presentations, which shows the majority of new build.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Gossi, go ahead.
Through you, Mr. Chair, this is a very interesting property, and the positioning of the houses make it very difficult for the design. As far as I see it, it looks like you're kind of damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Sorry, I'm looking for the applicant. Oh, there you go. If you move the house any further back, right, you're not going to be able to fit your home in. If you move it any further forward, you're going to be encroaching even further. I personally don't mind the where you have the property laid out. Sorry, the house footprint laid out. I think that's fine to address some of the concerns of some of the residents that came in. Unfortunately, it's a very difficult decision that each of the members has to make here in regards to keeping the existing footprint, keeping the existing massing of the homes and sort of the style, or over time, the question is that going to change? Or is the question, when is that going to change? And I think over time, there's going to be a slow change to the properties. this one here is not asking for many variances. These are all minor in nature. I personally don't have a large issue with this. This is a very difficult layout. The only real thing to do here is blow this up and start all over with a much smaller house, right? However, right, the house that he has here, it doesn't have any side yard setbacks, the lot coverage is fine, like all of those massing type items, right, he's in compliance with. The only one small design recommendation I could make, and I'm not even sure if it's actually plausible, is just flip the property so that you have the straight edge on the left side of the house on the right property line. That'll give you a little bit more of a rotation of the home. That'll fix some of the issues that are being had. Now, that of course means you're going to relocate the curb, the cuts in the curb for the driveway. But I mean, that is at least perhaps an option that can be considered that might fix some of these problems, right?
Through the chair, why are we dealing with this when the sign allocation wasn't proper? Why was there not a decision made on that? And if we are dealing with this now, as I said, I have a delegation to deal with the proposal itself, and I would like to have a chance to present that.
Sure.
Let's
figure out if we are deferring it or making a decision on it.
Pardon?
We'll figure out if we are deciding on it, then we'll give you another opportunity to speak. Is that what you would like?
Okay.
Yes.
So through you, Mr. Chair, I just wanted to complete.
Yeah, let Mr. Agassi complete his questions.
For the representative, do you understand my point? As far as, taking the straight side of the property on the left side and kind of flipping it over the other way onto the right side of the property. That's all I had. I mean, that's just for your consideration. Thank you.
We have one other member I think, would like to speak, Mr. Agassi, but before he does, I will tell you that even if every item was complied to, the house would look very similar to the way it is looking right now, and they wouldn't have to come to the committee. I'm just letting you know. If none of those variances were granted, they can still build a house that looks almost 90% exactly like it is today. Anyway, yes, Mr. Duretzi, go ahead, please.
Yeah, through the chair. I don't think the size of the house is an issue. I have a bit of an issue with your third variance. The encroachment of that stairs, all those risers in the front of the house, we got to soften that a little bit. The way to do that is to move some more risers in your landing on the inside of the house. You've got 4 steps. Maybe you go to 6 steps on the interior of the house. You could also put another riser on the porch. Instead of a 5-foot porch, maybe you go to a 4-foot porch.
Sure.
Okay, so we've got to pull those stairs back. I would be inclined to give you 4.54 in terms of that variance. I'm finding a middle ground there between the 6 and what the bylaw permits. Okay, so it sounds to me like you're going back to the drawing board for some minor tweaks on this, because at the end of the day, the sign needs to be posted on the subject property, period, to comply with the rules for the postage of signage. So this application should be deferred, and we'll be back here again discussing it. That's my opinion.
Sure.
And that would be my motion.
So do you have any more comments? No? Before we do the motion to defer, are you okay with the deferral, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you can also consider moving the stairs in, as Mr. Duretzi suggested, we have that opportunity now. Okay? I would request a motion. Yes, Mr. Duretzi.
Through the chair, I would like to make a motion that minor variance application MV-25-33 located at 6 Sanderson Crescent, that's item G on the agenda, be deferred to the end of the year or sooner.
Moved by Mr. Duretzi, seconded by Ms. Payne. All in favor? It's unanimous. It's
Okay,
deferred.
thank you. Could I schedule for the next meeting or the earliest I could?
And this deferral is with no cost. We're going to move on to our next application, number H in the agenda, which is 125 Mural Street, and that would be application number MV 25-28. Yes, go ahead, sir.
Respected Chair, respected committee members, respected staff and public. And this is for putting a solar carport, and it's the first in Richmond Hill, and that's the reason we are going through all these variances. And this solar carport we are putting in the property for the Health Union SEIU at 125 Mural. And once this solar carport is in place, it will be meeting the 100% electricity demand of that office building. And we are looking for three variances, minor variances, sorry. One is that the interior side setback, and then the lot coverage, and the minimum parking space width. And the reason about this coverage and all those things comes is that because solar carport is new in Richmond Hill, because we have done similar carports in City of Mississauga, City of Gulf, where they have amended their bylaws to not to have the the carports as the coverage. So, and I think when I was talking to City of Toronto also, because we are doing a few projects for Toronto community housing, the solar carports, because it's picking up everywhere, because it protects you everything and it produces electricity for your needs. So that's that. That is the reason why this minor variance is coming to you. If you have any questions.
Oh, we'll find out. Does anyone in the audience wish to address this application? If you can just leave some. Oh. No one in the audience wish to address this application? Sorry, I thought she was coming to the podium. Any comments from the planning department?
Through you, Mr. Chair, no further comments.
Any comments? Yes, Mr. Duretzi, please go ahead.
Through the chair, to the applicant. Maybe my eyes are getting bad, but can you show me, or is this an invisible carport on the site plan, where exactly it is? Because the site plan that we have, I couldn't find it, but again, so unless it's invisible,
no, it was.
where it's going on the asphalt?
No, it will be on that. It will be. So it was submitted with the application, and
it's on
you
the
can pull that.
Oh my God. I envisioned a structure being built somewhere on the property, so.
It will be on top of the parking spaces. It will be on top of the parking spaces.
The entire parking lot?
No,
Which
not
parking
on the,
space?
because there are trees on the south side, so we cannot put anything on there because the shade.
Can you identify where on the site
Sure, I
plan
think
that is,
he's
please?
going to open it.
Maybe you can put it on the screen so we can all see it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are you gonna put it on the? Okay.
One more. So the yellow is the area where you will have the solar carport. And the red, we cannot put it because there are trees, it shades the solar panels.
So there, wherever the yellow is, you have the carports.
Yeah, you will have the,
It's like a canopy.
it's a solar canopy.
Yeah, okay. So these were submitted with your application, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Yes, go ahead, Ms. Kelbas.
Thank you. Through you, Mr. Chair. I have seen these before. I'm really excited that Richmond Hill is going to be getting a solar carport. I think they're great, firstly, for the fact that they're getting solar energy, but secondly, they're creating shade, which is actually going to be helpful to mitigate the heat impact of having open parking lots. This is not related to the application, but I just wanted to ask, since you're putting in solar panels, will you have electric vehicle charging stations on the site?
We have contemplated that idea to the client, and they are thinking about it, putting the cars also, yes, chargers also, because when you have the solar, you must have the chargers there. That's the thing. Yeah, it is there in their plans.
That will increase the sustainability aspect. Of
Yeah,
the
and
project.
the thing is that we have put solar panels on the roof of this building already.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Any other comments from our members? Yes, Ms. Payne, go ahead.
How will these deal with snow? Will snow accumulate on them or will it slide off?
It slides off. It slides off.
Okay.
They're angled. I mean, if you go a few more pictures, you will see that the cross sections are there, how it is angled.
Any other comments? I have no issues with this. I would request a motion. Yes, Ms. Kalbas, go ahead. It's your
Thank
day.
you. Through you, Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve application H on today's agenda, number MV-25-28, located 125 Merle Street, subject to the terms and conditions in the city staff report.
Moved by Ms. Kalbas, seconded by Mr. DeRetzi. All in favor? Unanimously approved.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you,
Have a nice
Commissioner.
day. So since the last application was deferred, we'll go to other business if there is any. We do have minutes that